Hello, VOD watchers, and welcome to the lore reaction stream. We're gonna actually, I don't know if you saw the end of the BB finale, but I had a few questions. Maybe more than a few, maybe less than a few, who knows? Hello, everybody. So hopefully some of those will get answered. One in particular being, why the hell did we turn into a slug? 4 seconds late, unbelievable. You know what, I have no excuse. I have no excuse. Actually, I do have an excuse. The chat was being weird, but we fixed it! Yay! Hey, everybody! I've been waiting all day for this. Hey, hey, Queen, how's it going? Trouba-doopa! How's it going? How's it going? Same clothes from What Cut exclusive. This man never showers, confirmed. It's true. Tranter, how's it going, dude? Peace! How's it going, Yaddles? Sup, Wugs? Hey, Merlin. Damn, there's a lot of you guys here. Hello, everyone. Lizzie, Trog, Ghost, Lefty, Jarm, Fake, Gojo, Carl. What's up, everybody? Jeez Louise. Random, Impetuous, good to see you. Venom, good to see you. Star, good to see you. Ziax! So, by the way, you forgot to test out the beast room with the beast claws. I did forget that. Grog, how's it going? Big House, how's it going? Saber, how's it going? Iron Deer. Yo! Vampire. It's okay. The girls are just about to get to sleep. Vampire, member for 3 months and a wug god! Thank you for being a wug god. And a member for 3 months. Vampire, thank you. Hello! And Michael, dude! With the 5 gifted memberships. Dude, thank you for the Kool-Aid. You should react to the other endings before reacting to the lore. I agree. I totally agree. So let me give you the breakdown. So this is what we got. Now, this is only going until 9:30. Because I have kids, work tomorrow, and I don't do well with no sleep. It's been so long since we've seen you. It's so too long, Punch. Too long. And if you're here for the outro, we're trying it and seeing if we get demonetized with that elevator music from Have a Nice Death. But yeah, so it's going till 9:30. So your Bloodborne have been such a joy. YouTube algorithm did me a favor for once. Hey, sending the best vibes to y'all. Hey, Trouba-doopa, thank you. Thank you. Playing Sekiro already? Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. No. Monday. Maybe Monday. We'll see. It's only Saturday. Hey, Wugs. Big fan. Stayed up to say hey. 12:30 a.m. in the UK. Hey, I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. That's why you're the GOAT. Hey, cheers, Impetuous. Stream going to 10 p.m. confirmed. But we'll see. Okay, so here's what's on the docket so far. 2 endings. Actually, there's something we got to look at beforehand. That's actually bad news. Kind of. Then we watch the 2 other endings, and then we watch Max0r's Bloodborne review. I clicked the video to make sure it wasn't, you know, anything weird. I don't know. And I saw the first 5 seconds. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I saw the first 5 seconds. We'll see. Max0r, holy shit. We'll see. Then we're watching a Vati video that's like 30 minutes long. And then we're watching a Smotown video about the DLC. And then we'll see. It's something, but we'll laugh. Let's go. Yo! A member for 18 months in a week. Hello! I don't need this. We're doing the Lord. I'm joining Queth in his cage. Into many more. Hey, hell yeah, dude. What was it go? Hey, one. Thank you. Smotown, let's go. Hey, I've heard good things. But there is something I want to check out too, beforehand, that I just got savvy on. I'm gonna pull up the actual, what's it called when someone writes journalism? Smo, he's great, Lord Channel. Nice. Max0r recap video and editing nightmare. It looked like it from the first 5 seconds. Yo! A member for 16 months, Rod. Dang, article. That's it. I have the actual article pulled up, but I saw Penguin Moist Critical's video on this. Made me think we gotta pull up. Let's just pull it up right now, guys. This is what I'm talking about. You guys seen this? You heard about this? You guys seen this or heard about this? Bluepoint pitched a Bloodborne remake, but it was rejected as From Software didn't want it to happen. I think that's a little strong. I think the title's a little clickbaity. But let's just read it for a second. We'll start off with the bad news that's just gotta be talked about. Yo, Sabra, thank you for the Kool-Aid, dude. We should do a complete BB lore stream at some point. Shouldn't take more than like 48 straight hours. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the Kool-Aid. For sure. PlayStation shut down Bluepoint Games, the developer behind the Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus remakes. I played both earlier this month. Amongst general sadness as the news amongst players, there was also a feeling that, Jesus Christ, I can't read this shit. Hold on. I'm getting old, guys. Okay. Should have been the one to finally do something with Bloodborne, ideally a remake considering Bluepoint's pedigree. They had dog food. Now, according to a new Bloomberg report, it's pronounced like that, you guys don't understand. It turns out Bluepoint did pitch a Bloodborne remake in early 2025, but it was rejected by PlayStation due to FromSoft's desire. They had dog food. You like that one, eh? Bloomberg says sources told it that Bluepoint was told that the numbers made sense to remake Bloodborne. No fucking shit. You have half of the internet screaming, pleading for a Bloodborne remake. The numbers seem to make sense here, guys. Yo, Sabra, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Wait, there was... I am personally glad Bluepoint will not touch BB. Hey, damn. Pretty sure Game Informer is either a fake/AI generated site or just steals other articles and adds their clickbait titles, so you're not wrong. Ah, damn. Hate to support it. Do not go to this site for other stuff, except what I'm doing right now. I'm showing you what not to do as far as keeping up with your journalism. Numbers make sense because half the population wants it. But somebody didn't want it to happen, as the report notes. Okay, let's get to the juicy meat and potatoes. Hideaki Miyazaki, who directed Bloodborne, was interested in remaking the 2015 action game himself, but was too busy to do so. Yoshida said he doesn't want anyone else to touch it, and that, if that's true, he believes PlayStation will respect Miyazaki's wishes, even though PlayStation owns the Bloodborne IP. A bunch of stuff about Bluepoint, which, to be honest, I'm not fully interested in. And then earlier this month, 19th, they were shut down. So for some, that might be good news. For those who didn't want Bluepoint to make the remake. How come? We just want 60 frames per second and PC port. Maybe my eyes aren't good. I don't mind. That was good news. Gotcha. I don't mind the 30 frames per second. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. Yo, Dark Akira, a member for 4 months in a wug. Yo, thank you for being a member for 4 months. From Sumfrost is a great video game company, and I love them. Thank you. Yo, Star with the Kool-Aid. I think we can agree BB does not need a remake, only a port to the other platforms. PlayStation only wants a remake because it would be PlayStation exclusive, and we can agree that's not the best. I wonder, like, for FromSoft to buy the IP from Sony, I wonder if Sony's given a number, and if that number is just wildly, like ridiculous. Like, if they're just being kind of assholes about it. You know what I mean? 7 out of 10. Thank you, Annie. Nightmare Cart when? We gotta play that. Because that's made by the same person that made PSX, correct? That's what I heard. That pillow makes it both quieter and louder. Well, you know what? I don't think it reaches upstairs, so that's perfect. Bluepoint treated Demon's Souls with a crazy level of disrespect, removed all the original music, and changed the aesthetic into generic fantasy slop. No, thank you. Damn. Yeah, Sony could technically get someone to do the remake, but... No, but that would ruin their relationship with From Software, so to say. Yeah, good point, good point. Yo! Ghost, a member for 3 months and a hard. Still newbie here, but boy, this is the most fun I've had with the channel. Hey, thank you. Thank you in the community for being who you are. Yo, Ghost, thank you so much. Yo, Wonderbrow, becoming a Wughead. Dude, thank you. Thank you for being a Wughead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's good to be here. This is going to be fun. So, a little surprise. A little surprise. Yo, Aiden, a member for a month. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dude. Enjoy the green head. Hell yeah. You're the best, man. Hey, cheers, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's get to the videos already. Look, if you're here for the videos and not for me talking, you're gonna have a horrible time here. We have about 45 minutes of videos and 2 hours of stream, and I might not get to all the videos. Yo! Queen becoming a Wughead with the blue! And yo, Jared, a member for 17 months and a Wug! I had to flip it. Yo, lore stream, let's go. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna get some information that's much, much needed. Hey, Belodo, member through 3 months and a Wug. Oh, dude. Oh. With the Dr. Pepper emoji. Yo, Acorn, dude. Thank you for the 20 gifted, dude. Thank you. Don't hurt your vocal cords. It's getting close. Mikolash incoming. Yo, with the 20 fucking gifted, Acorn. Thank you. Seriously, seriously, Acorn. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've never subbed to a streamer before. You're the first. Hey, Queen. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. And thank you, Queen, for all the comments you left on the videos. So much information and attention to the videos put in those comments. I really appreciate you. I really. Hey, excited for this. Yo, remember for 9 months. I don't want. Thank you. Are the bots back? 159 people here, and there's way more messages than we were playing PSX, and it was chill. It was like the chill chat we're used to. And 300. I don't know what the fuck was happening on PSX. We're gonna play it again, but that makes me a little nervous. Yo, member for 13 months and a what the load. Oh, sorry. Lore stream, hell yeah. All right, guys. All right, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. I have a little surprise, though. So, for one of the endings, and shout out, they crave BBPSX, true. Shout out to Queth for helping me get this done. Off to a crazy start. Shout out to Queth for helping me get this done. For one of the endings, I can't watch it. You know what I mean? There's at least for one, I can't watch it. It's gotta be done myself. Yo, Troopa Doopa became a Wug Lord, dude. Thank you, dude. Thank you. First time catching the stream. Found you from the first Bloodborne episode. Quickly became my favorite channel on YouTube right now. Yo, 1F1, thank you so much. Badass. Hey, Wugs. Said 1 month ago that you're gonna be big, and this proves it. Hey, Josh, cheers. Damn, New Game Plus. No, this is a different save. The New Game Plus, I'm gonna very much take my time. I'm gonna vary the backup save strat. No, this is... How do I show hours played? Well, I'll show you later. I might have to exit and come back in. This has, I think, 3.5 hours played. All right, guys. Let's watch the first ending. I got all 3 with the cloud save strat. Nah, no. I will show you. This is not the cloud save strat. I'm so glad I found your channel. The lore board is a game changer. Hey, Nern, thank you. Thank you. All right. This the quest speed run? It is. He helped me in this one. I think he helped me with all of it. I think so. All right, let's do this.
Hunter, you've done well. The night is near its end. Now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
Hey, Couscous. Submit your life or refuse. So the one I want to do on the game for this one is submit your life so that we don't have to fight German. So I'm going to submit my life for this one. I'm also really low leveled on this one because we just sped ran it, basically. The fastest I've gotten is a little over 4. Well, I did have help from Quet. That is the biggest reason. He's incredibly underleveled. Yeah. Gehrman. Sorry.
Farewell.
All right, no, I gotta lock in now, guys. I've never seen this before. My key.
Fear the blood.
Why does he tell us fear the blood again? Okay, this is actually fucking exciting. Damn. Kneeling with your back to Gehrman? Oh my gosh. Yo. That's badass. Yo, Shadow Starblitz, thank you for coming to Wughead. Where do we wake up? Outside of Yosefka's clinic? Yeah. At the windmill at Yosefka's clinic. Oh, windmill. Water well. Damn. Yo, Josh, thank you for the gifted, dude. I had fun with character creation on this one. Oh, you can't see him. Good, perfect. Wow, and now we're disconnected from the dream? Oh, that's beautiful. I want to see Yharnam in the daytime. Ooh. Is that our gravestone? In the beginning, she says, these are all the graves of all the hunters. She prays to each one.
Farewell, good hunter.
Aww.
May you find your worth in the waking world.
Damn! Yharnam Sunrise Trophy earned. Hell yeah. Alright. It's a great song to end it, but we already heard it. May you find your worth in the waking world. Hits different at the end. Jeez Louise. No more nighttime, Soul Wild. That gravestone will be there in New Game Plus too. No way, that's sick. I love that. And now the other ending. Okay, so now we'll do the other ending. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We got that one too. I've been playing this game, dude. I've been playing this game. This one's got like 30 hours on it. I bet. So we're not going to talk about this though. We're not going to talk about this though. We're 0 vials. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that though. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. What do I got to sell? We're not going to talk about it. All right, I'm going to sell some don't judge me. Let's get some vials. Stop judging. Stop judging me. Stop judging me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. All right, let's get some vials. All right, let's do this. Level 1 torch only run when? A little bit of judgment. Level 1 torch only run when? Sell the Gatling gun is 15k. Ooh, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Never. All right, let's get the third ending. Let's get the third ending. Let's do it. Put the Kanehurst helm on with the Knight's Garb. It looks good with it. Do I have the Kanehurst helm on this one? I don't have it. I'm so sorry. You gotta show your hours after this, but this one's like 28 hours. On my main, like the one we did the edited videos with, it's like 128 or something like that. All right.
Good hunter.
Yo!
You've done well. The night is
Acorn,
near its end.
a member for 2 months and a one.
Now, I will show you mercy. You will die.
The lore board for Elden Ring is gonna need an entire wall. I have heard that.
Sun. You will
All right,
be
dude.
freed.
Are you guys ready to fight Gehrman once again? Gehrman? I haven't taken any umbilical cords, officer. No umbilical cords are in my system. This is just gonna be Gehrman. Gehrman. I did it right that time. Pillow needs a raise and a
Dear,
washing.
Dear, what was it? The hunt? The blood? Or the horrible dream?
I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But I do have Quicksilver bullets, so that it might save me. Gehrman's music appreciation. I think... Zevious lover. I think we're gonna try to take in the song, because you guys said in the last one, you saw his peg leg, right? I did. I'm gonna go spawn some shit to pay this man. Come on. Not needed, dude. Not needed. Your viewership is payment enough. Thank you guys.
Tonight.
Hey, let's fucking do it, guys.
joins the hunt.
Now, how many videos we get depends on how long this takes, because this is way less leveled than my other character. We were at 74, and I think I was at 100 and some before. All right, just to get a healthy lead, you know what I mean? I'm gonna avoid a lot to take in the music. Shit. Healthy lead, you know what I'm saying? The limp got me. Oh. Okay. Damn, it's so sad. That was fast, Gehrman. You're a fast boy. Shit, dude. I wasn't looking. Yeah. Wow, hell yeah. This is a good fight. Ooh. Ow. We're good. Yeah. Lucky. Oh my god. Wow, dude. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh, dodged into it. I'm gonna take this. Not be too confident. Wow. This is depressing, dude. Oh, I didn't think that would come after. Here it comes. I never know what that means. Wow, dude. Oh. I'm sorry? I'm sorry, Grimmer? I think we're safe. Oh my god. In the OST stream too, this will hit different as well. But we're trying to take it in as much as we can while being in a fight. Sorry, dude. Sorry I came to this. I don't really fully know why we're doing this together. Oh! Oh yeah, that's a projectile. Oh, no!
You must accept your death. Be freed from the night.
Well, I think it was cocky a little bit. You really expected a first try, Wugs? I mean, I kind of did. I won't lie to you, I kind of did. All right. Have we hubris? A little hubris. But also, you know what? We also have the song ended at that part. Hey, let's go. Okay, now we can kick his ass. Now I'll try. All right, hell yeah. Now that we've taken in the song, again, it'll be different when, Oh, that was a follow-up. Oh! Why does he say bam? Bam! Please? Oh, no, alright, I have to update the spreadsheet again. No, 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 this doesn't count. Okay, perfect. Everything we ever wanted. Oh my god. Shit, Jesus Christ. I'm trying. Fighting for my life out here. Alright. Oh, it's so good! I forgot my Visceral's heal. Jesus! Go ahead. Come on, Garmin! Oh, that one... You'd have to time that perfect to be parried. The limp, dude. Dude! Yo! Oh my good lord, German. Yo. Nope. Oh. Please? Not like this? Alright, we got it this time. We got it this time. I might have been too close. Let's go, dude. Shit. The hubris. Oh my god! Here we go. Yo, is that quick? Is that quick stepping or quick boning? Wait. No! forgot you could parry a heal as well. Alright, enough.
You must accept your death. Be freed from the night.
Wait, what is it? Quick step? Quick step bone. Yo, no way. Alright, taking our time. Taking our time. This is supposed to be a lore stream. This has to be scripted. What the fuck? We're okay. Hold on. I'm selling. I don't think I have the Gatling gun. I won't lie to you. Probably won't be using Simon's Blowblade. Okay, I will not be using that. I will be using that. Yo! German is trying to free you from the nightmare. Killing you is a mercy compared to staying in the nightmare. Yo, Sabr, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Thank you. Punch again, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Yo! Thank you. The YouTube algorithm introduced me to your channel on the first Bloodborne video. Your playthrough has reminded me just how special this game is. Thank you for the hunt. Yo! Dude, thank you so much, Shadow Star Blitz. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I did not expect this, guys. I did not expect to lose to German once. You didn't hear the full song yet, by the way? Well, we do have the OST stream. Yo, Abrazam, dude! German theme equal grown man tears. Yo, holy fucking shit, dude. With the 50 Kool-Aids. Final song, part of the song hasn't played yet? Fuck. OST stream is good enough. Yeah, we gotta get this done. Yo, Abrazam, Shadow, thank you guys for the Kool-Aid. Thank you for the Kool-Aid. Sabr, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Punch, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Okay. I'm not shooting fast enough. I'm fine. Oh. I'm dying. Hold on. I'm good. We got it. When he stops and looks up, he looks up at the moon, getting power from the moon's presence. Yo, thank you for the Kool-Aid vampire. Moon presence. Oh my god. Oh. Fine. Jesus, Gurman! By the way, the death counter Queth will be the first one. My bad. He's getting his revenge. So this is what Gehrman's like when you're not over-leveled. This is what Gehrman's like when you're not over-leveled. I understand. I did not think we'd need a death counter for this. Queth said maybe have one just in case. I scoffed. And then I said, okay, maybe. Okay, maybe. Guys, we better get to some goddamn lore videos. Alright. Time to lock in. Time to lock in. For real. For real. Love it. Love every minute of it. Love every minute of it. Couldn't love it more. Got it. Love every single goddamn second of it. Locking in. I'm going silent for a second. Swag. Dude, this music is so good. It's so good. Okay, perfect. Love every minute of it.
You
I was supposed to walk up in here. I was supposed to be like, guys, look at how much I've played Bloodborne. Look how awesome I am, guys. Miles' voice, parry. This is not. Honestly, if I'm being honest with you guys, I was supposed to kind of walk in here and aura farm on you guys. If I'm being completely honest, trying to watch this fight, but these damn tears keep coming. I don't know whose they are. Parry him to death like Gwyn, but no fail to visceral. You know what? That is a good suggestion. I'm gonna try that this time. Okay, this time I'm gonna try it, but I'm not gonna hit the parries at all. I'm gonna see how that works. I forgot there was a follow-up there. Okay. We parried and we visceraled that time. Edgefro, thank you for the cooling. There is not going to be a cake. How?
Must accept your death.
What? When you finish him off, watch his death animation closely. Him and Maria have the same animation. It appears they're trying to do a specific gesture. Yo, interesting. Thank you for the Kool-Aid Queen. Try using physical resistance rules. Okay. He's getting you to a wheelchair. He is. Okay, all right, here we go. Enough. Okay, here we go. The hubris continues. No. Here we go. This is the thing. Here we go. We're gonna do this. This has all been a joke. It's all been a joke. Now for real. All been a joke. I'm not even doing anything anymore. Why the fuck? Why is this so hard? All right, enough. Love it. Got it. Nice. Fantastic. Locking in. Fantastic. Locking in. Here we go. Thought you would have a follow-up there. Yeah, just stand there. That's perfect. I love it! Sorry. Hell yeah. The whiff, incredible work, just right through him. Come on, dude. Do something. Fantastic. Ah, a visceral that connects. That's incredible. Incredible work. Oh, do you see it? Do you love it? Yeah. Quick step on me, King. Oh, it connected. I'm sorry it had to be like this, Kermit. they try to make... The night and the dream were long. We fucking did it. Oh my Jesus Christ. They try to make contact. All right, here we go. I did not eat anything. I did not eat anything. Hey, let's go. Thank you, guys. Relax. Okay. Oh. She fully embraces me. And we don't push her back.
And so, the hunt begins again.
No way. Honoring wishes. Yo. Wow, 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 wow. Holy shit. Hey, Elden Hollow, a member for 4 months and a welcome, Lord. Like I said in the first episode of this playthrough, as my first time finding this channel, and so the hunt begins again. Hey, thank you for the Kool-Aid dude, being a member for 4 months and a Wug Lord. That is freaking amazing. Thank you. You didn't get the plat trophy, the fuck? I think it's because there's like in my main save, there's like a weapon that we got in the shop, but I didn't buy. That's my guess. It's my guess. And there's a hunter tool I didn't get, I believe. Missing one tool and a couple left-hand weapons. Got it. So guys, my playtimes for this, just so you can see, and then we're gonna react to Max0r's. But I hope you guys like that. I didn't think we'd spend that much time on the boss, but here we are. I'll get rid of the death counter there. Now the old man can rest. I'm gonna assumingly have more information, but we replaced Gehrman for some reason. But yeah, Wugs, 123 hours on the main Wugs. This account was basically my also my orphan practice, and we had 4 hours. Almost under 4 hours on Wuggles. Shooty McShoot'ems is my blood tinge build that I'm working on, and then Rocky, where me and Queth are doing a run with just what is it called? Stake drivers. But we had to do fists only at first until we get stake drivers. I don't want to talk about trying to kill Jura. I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, guys. Hell yeah. All right. Let me get me situated, you situated, all that jazz. All right, there's the endings. So we, like, when I say we turn into Gehrman, we take Gehrman's place. Sure, almost got me banned. In what was Gehrman's role in the Hunter's Dream, which we have yet to fully understand. Time for lore vids. Let's freaking go. Yo! I'm not 11. A member for 18 months. What am I talking about, 11? 18 months and a Wug. Been here since DS1. Loving your channel. Now on to the lore. Hey, thank you, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate that. He's the hunter's helper. Understood. All right, everybody. So here's the first. Actually, this isn't the first video. I don't know why I put this first. I think I had a different order in mind at first. But we're going to do... Actually, no. We're not doing... We're finishing it off. Wait, I'm wrong. We're not going to do Max0r's until what I think may be the end. We're going to finish off with a funny one. I think that's the way to go. I had different timelines mixed up in my head. But we're going to finish with Max0r's. Have you heard of the theory that those pillars on the distance are hunter's dreams, or all the people's hunter's dreams? I like that theory. I like that theory. I think we'll end on a fun note. Well, not that this won't be fun, but you know what I mean. A funny, fun note with I'm seeing a correlation between how many hours in BB Wugs has and how little sleep he says he gets. There is a correlation. There's a big correlation, and I have a problem, and I need to fix it. But anyway.
The oldest and strongest.
Let's lock in for this, guys. And by lock in, I mean we're going to watch 2 minutes, pause for 3, watch 2 minutes, pause for 3. So let's lock in. I'm actually really excited for this. I love Vati. He may not always give the most information and the most accurate, but he presents it in a way that I fucking love. I love his videos. I mean, I'm obviously not alone. But let's sit back a little bit, get cozy. It's a 30-minute video, but we're going to learn something. We're going to learn something. It's crazy how Miyazaki has told almost the same story 5 times and hasn't missed yet. True.
The emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear.
Isn't this a quote from Lovecraft?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Our eyes are yet to open. Fear the old blood.
These were the words spoken between Master Willem and Lawrence, from the cautious teacher to the ambitious student. Fear what you do not understand. Fear the old blood. And so our story begins, as you might have guessed, with blood. Ancient blood. Deep below the city of Yharnam lies the ancient underground labyrinth of Tumeru. You know it as the Chalice Dungeons.
Starting there.
The old labyrinth was carved out by the Tumerians, superhuman beings that are said to have discovered a sinister truth. The hunters had another name for the labyrinth. They called it the Tomb of the Gods, for below they found traces of godlike beings named the Great Ones. The Great Ones could function on transcendental planes of thought, meaning they had elevated their consciousness beyond the physical realm. The benefits of operating on this plane are unclear. Perhaps it was in the name of immortality, or perhaps power, as even beyond, the Great Ones could interfere with beings and events in the waking world. Whatever the case, it is clear that some sort of ascension took place, as there are numerous references to some Great Ones being left behind. Of all the strange life forms that reside in the nooks and crannies of the old labyrinth, the slugs are clear signs of the left-behind Great Ones. One such Great One appears to be abandoned Ebritus, a left-behind being who apparently did not ascend with her brethren. One day, Ebritus would be discovered by the humans above, in a crusade that begins with a character named Willem. Master Willem presided over a prestigious place of learning.
But would the Tumerians know about them first?
Situated by a tranquil lake and secluded within a gigantic forest, Byrgenwerth housed the minds that would change the world. In fact, everything sacred in Yharnam came to be traced back to Byrgenwerth, including the most influential characters within our story. Bloodborne's lore is very character-driven, and there are 5 who I'm going to help you become familiar with. There was Master Willem, Runesmith Carol, Lawrence, Mikolash, and German. I'll introduce them to you in the order that they become relevant in the story. As I said, Master Willem was the head of the school at Byrgenwerth. The man was obsessed with the truth and believed in pushing the limits of humanity. In almost every dialogue and description, Willem is referred to as Master or Provost, clearly deserving of a great deal of respect. Many would eventually diverge from his tutorage, but few can say that they didn't owe everything to his research. For while Willem presided
they always
over
respect
Byrgenwerth,
him.
the scholars there discovered terrific things in the tombs below the city of Yharnam.
Once, a group of young Byrgenwerth scholars discovered a holy medium deep within the tomb.
I never noticed the mutton chops.
Of the healing church
This
and
is
the
the lore we're looking
establishment
for.
of blood healing.
It's hard to be sure exactly what was found, but we do know it was related to the Great Ones. On the ground floor of Byrgenwerth College, we find the Pearl Slugs, remnants of the Great Ones, and at the very top of the college, we find the empty Phantasm Shell, an empty...
See, this is one of the things, first pause of the night, this is one of the things that I would like to get better at, is the way he's like, we found... I started to do it like maybe in the last quarter, Miss Tono. The vid is very incomplete, plus doesn't have the DLC. Hey, thank you for the Kool-Aid sub. Yes, we will watch Smowtown's DLC video. 100%. We have, you know, like whatever we can watch. A lot of the good ones that were suggested, the lore videos, they're like an hour and a half. I can't be doing that on stream. Just for me personally, I especially when it takes 20 minutes to beat Gurman. That might be my fault. We're still kind of working out the how or what's fault or whose is when's is there. But yeah. The short ones are, yes. Incomplete, you mean? Makes the last protagonist makes the best lore vids. Nice movie night. True. But I want to get better at, like, okay, I found this item, it has this description, and I found it here in this place. What is this place? Who's been working in this place? Who was found in this place? What kind of bodies are in this place? What, like, where is this place in the world? These are the types of things I feel like I need to, like, hone in on for Elden Ring. Sekiro 2. But, like, Elden Ring, you guys have said, needs a wall over and over again, right? So those are the things I really need to, like, fix my brain on as well.
Invertebrate shell that is said to be the familiar of a Great One. After this discovery, whatever it was that showed them that the Great Ones existed, the Byrgenwerth scholars launched an inquiry into the Great Ones and the Old Blood. For from this point onwards, there is an explosion of lore and history and references to what the scholars found in the tombs below Yharnam. Many of these references come from runesmith Carol, the second character of our story. Carol transcribed the inhuman utterings of the Great Ones into what we now call Carol runes. In true Lovecraftian fashion, it is really likely that it's impossible for humans to comprehend the speech of the Great Ones.
Are we all in agreement that this is Carol's dead body? Is that the case? That's what I gathered.
But Carol apparently had a knack, a talent for creating a visual representation of the Great One's words. The hunter who receives this workshop tool can etch Carol runes into their mind to attain their wondrous strength. Provost Willem would have been proud of Carol's runes, as they do not rely upon blood in any measure. This statement is curious. It tells us three things. First, Provost Willem and Carol were close, as Willem would have been proud of him. And second, Willem didn't have a chance to be proud, so it's possible that the two lost contact. And thirdly, and most importantly, Willem would have been proud because the runes did not rely on blood. In other words, Willem did not approve the use of the Old Blood, the blood found in the Tomb of the Gods. The Metamorphosis rune states, the discovery of blood made their dream of evolution a reality.
I took the counters off.
Metamorphosis and the excesses and deviation that followed was only the beginning.
Shit, my bad, dude.
Willem believed in a different path.
Hold on. Willem believed in a different path. That's correct. Guys, one second. I'm so sorry. Sorry for the jump scare and the sounds. I took these off. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. I kind of screwed us out of counters, and that cannot be the case. All right, jumping back in. Willem hates Lawrence.
In attaining more insight.
I'm just kidding.
For humanity's eyes had yet to open. The Eye Rune states that Master Willem looked to beings from higher planes for guidance, and sought to line his brain with eyes in order to elevate his thoughts. And with these descriptions, you should have some idea of the scale.
Yo! Holy fucking shit! Chimney, thank you for the freaking Kool-Aid. Oh my god. Chimney, you dropped a $200 fucking donation on the video, and you come in here and drop a 50. Thank you, Chimney. You're wild. Thank you so freaking much. Thank you, Chimney. That is wild. And that emote is so adorable. 4? Pauses 4. Hot damn. Guys, thank you so much for the Kool-Aid tonight. Seriously, guys. Seriously, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Of ambition of these characters. With the discovery of beings greater than them came a desire to ascend into godhood.
Hey, have a good one, Super. Have a good one.
Into its next stage of evolution. The only question was how? Blood or insight? And this was a question that split the ranks of the Byrgenwerth scholars. It's how
Yeah,
we
who
arrived
did?
at the cutscene we started at earlier with Master Willem and
Well,
Lawrence
I did.
parting
Through
ways.
eyes.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
So eyes was the way.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
From this cutscene,
Is it the
we
same
can infer
voice
that
as
Lawrence was a
Mikolash?
high-ranking student of Master Willem, because firstly, Lawrence refers to Willem as Master, and secondly, Willem clearly regards Lawrence highly enough to call this departure a betrayal.
No. But you will never listen.
Lawrence disagrees. He does not see it as betrayal, and here we come to the heart of what their disagreement is about. Essentially, it boils down to the difference between the two resources in the game. Willem believes man requires insight and knowledge to ascend. Lawrence believes in the power of blood. Lawrence attempts to reassure Willem, telling him he will always
Creates the
fear
healing
the
church.
old blood, but that this fear will not stop him using it.
I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone
Made
by
men
the blood.
by the blood. The old blood?
Eyes are yet
Why does it
to
say we're
open.
made men by the blood? You
Fear the old blood.
know what I mean?
I must take my leave.
Lawrence leaves the Byrgenwerth scholars, presumably with a small group of rebels, and goes on to found the Healing Church. Willem remains at Byrgenwerth and attempts to elevate his thoughts to a higher plane. He will return to our story at a later time, so while I tell you of what Lawrence went on to do, imagine Willem here in Byrgenwerth, sitting in his rocking chair over the lake,
Okay.
musing on how to acquire insight and elevate his thoughts to a higher plane. Everything Lawrence would come to achieve was based on the knowledge he had come by in Byrgenwerth. In retrospect, we clearly
Hey,
see
dear.
why Willem saw Lawrence's departure as a betrayal. Perhaps Willem himself even planted these ideas in Lawrence's mind. A note in the lecture hall reads, "Master Willem was right. Evolution without courage will be the ruin of our race." Lawrence had
That's a bar.
courage, but it is likely that his courage bordered on arrogance. The Byrgenwerth student uniform states, "The Healing Church has its roots in Byrgenwerth and naturally borrows heavily from its uniform design. The focus not on knowledge or thought, but on pure pretension would surely bring Master Willem to despair if only he knew." So Lawrence threw caution to the wind and put his faith in the old blood. Think on human history. Imagine
So he
if,
forgot the
in any
adage.
era, a church was founded that had access to a substance that could cure any illness. Imagine if this church gave it freely to a city, how powerful that city would become, and how powerful the church would become within it. This is exactly what happened in
Yeah,
Yharnam.
shit.
People came far and wide to be treated with the miraculous blood of the gods, and the people of Yharnam put their faith in the Healing Church. In
And then
fact,
the
what
blood-
happened in Yharnam is eerily similar to what happened in the tombs deep below, where the blood was originally found. And as you know, many Chalice dungeons, especially those of Loran,
Yeah,
are now overrun by horrific beasts. The lower Loran Chalice states, "There are trace remains of medical procedures in parts of ailing Loran. Whether these were attempts to control the scourge of the beasts or the cause of the outbreak is unknown." The ailing Loran Chalice states, "The tragedy that struck this ailing land of Loran is said to have its root in the scourge of the beast. Some have
That's
made the dreaded
wild.
extrapolation that Yharnam may be next." Yharnam was next.
So
Through
literally the
overuse of
exact
healing
same
blood,
thing
the city would
happened.
eventually succumb to the scourge of the beast. Until then, though, Lawrence and the Healing Church managed to grow in power with the miraculous.
So then the Scourge of Beasts, I always thought of it as like a zombie kind of thing. The Ron pronunciation jump scare. I always said it right. I always thought of it as something that could be transferred, but I mean, I guess it can, but like through the host, whereas more so the administration of the blood to the people is what caused it. Right? Hey, Q22, good to see you, good to see you. Thank you for popping by. Fungal infection can be treated by Max0r. Mikolash sounds like Myconazole. Checkmate, Miyazaki. Got him. Once I agree with Wugs on pronunciation. Loran, right? Loran. That feels right. That feels right.
healing properties of their special yet infected blood. Yharnam grows to become a city of worship and fear. As you explore throughout the city, you see the influence of the church everywhere. With Yharnam's resources, Lawrence clearly had the power to
with the
grow
big
the
giants?
church beyond what would have been possible at Byrgenwerth. All the while, he continued exploring the labyrinth below Yharnam. The Tomb Prospector set reads, "Attire of the Tomb Prospectors who explore the old labyrinth on behalf of the Healing Church. The Healing Church traces its roots to Byrgenwerth and is therefore aware of the ruins' true importance. These
So the
ruins contain much more
people
than
of-
hunter trinkets. Indeed,
Yeah,
they hide
Byrgenwerth
the
went
very
down.
secrets of the old Great Ones, sought
Lawrence
after
left
by those with the insight to imagine greatness."
to
On
find
top
the
of
Healing
this,
Church.
Lawrence split the church into multiple branches, each with a different purpose. There was the choir,
found.
the School of Mensis, and the workshop. We'll get to these branches
Still
as they
went down
become
to the
appropriate. But the main purpose
chalices.
of the church, at least to the people of Yharnam, was the administration of
administration?
blood healing. Within
Gotcha.
the Grand Cathedral itself lies a note that says, "Heir to the ritual of blood, purveyor of ministration, place your hand upon the altar's sacred covering and inscribe Master Lawrence's adage upon your flesh." Blood ministers would have been those who
Jesus.
administered the blood healing. How else would the people of Yharnam be so obsessed with blood? In Yharnam, they produced more blood than alcohol, as the former is more
Jesus
intoxicating.
Christ.
However, the ministration of blood was likely a means
So
to
was
an
it
end, for
addictive?
the Healing Church still intended to commune with the Great Ones, in hopes of ascending humanity to a higher plane. This task was
So if it was more intoxicating than blood, that seems like it's more than just I have a cold, give me some blood so I feel better. It sounds more like it was addictive, like you got some kind of like sensation from taking the blood. So maybe it was administered and then there was like extremely addictive. And it was administered and then it was some kind of like maybe there was like a black market for it. Or like, cause I'm taking the Healing Church, you know, some guy, you know, scratching his neck and twitching and says, "Hey, can I get some more of that?" They're not just gonna give it to that guy. You know what I mean? But it was addictive. Every time you take blood, you relive an extreme high. I mean, you kill people and they drop vials. So, true. Yes, that's why hunters go insane with bloodlust. I guess if everybody in Yharnam has the old blood, then killing people and drinking their blood. And that's what the beasts are doing. Addicts. So the beasts are like, they're beasts, but like what's underneath the beast-like form is they're literally just trying to tear people apart and drink their blood because it's so goddamn addicting. That's wild. Gascone tells you the smell of blood is enough to make a man sick. But yeah. Blood echoes are the literal lived experiences of everyone whom had it before. That's wild. That's wild. No black market. The church killed everyone who would threaten their monopoly. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. So they needed to get it from everybody. The sweet blood. It sings to me. No shit. Blood is why the rally mechanic works, probably. Yes, that makes sense. I mean, it's from a great one. You probably feel elevated. Yes, you're right. What if heroin...
given to the choir, a group who were a part of the Healing Church. Members of the choir are both the highest-ranking clerics
that
of
makes
the
so
Healing
much
Church
sense.
and scholars who continued the work that began at Byrgenwerth. The eye covering indicates their debt to the teachings of Master Willem, even
Thanks,
though their
Celestial. Where was
paths
that gonna go?
diverged. The choir,
worry about
garbed in black and white, with the familiar eye covering, occupied the upper cathedral ward. It seems to have been their job to research and make contact with the Great Ones. The Great Is Chalice became the cornerstone of the choir, the elite
That's right.
delegation of the Healing
That
Church.
let them make
It was
contact
also
with
the first great
Abritus.
chalice brought back to the surface since the time of Byrgenwerth and allowed the choir to have audience with Abritus. Abritus was the left-behind Great One, who came to reside below the Grand Cathedral. We are told that the Grand Cathedral is the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, and if the Church were indeed using the blood of the Great Ones, then who's to say it wasn't Abritus's blood? The Augur of Abritus is one of the secret rites of the choir, used by the high-ranking members of the Healing Church. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the
Abritas was just a fucking blood farm for them? Oh my god, she's so sad. I didn't even think about that. I was like, they need to get the blood from somewhere. Oh, and she doesn't even attack you when you go into her thing. She's just waiting for you to take more blood. Oh my god. That is so... Oh my god. She's so sad. That's why she's not aggressive when you first encounter her. Oh, that is terrible, dude. She's just used to being sliced open or whatever they, you know, however they, her whole story is so sad. That is, so her parents left her, then a bunch of humans found her, put her in a dark room and said, like, and so all her existence is staring at this dead great one behind her, and a group of people coming in wordlessly, most likely, cutting her open, taking her blood, leaving, and then she just waits until the next time that happens. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Wait till you learn about Rami Boy. Oh no. Rom's story is so sad as well, even with as much crap we give her. Honestly, I had hope it wouldn't be, because Willem seems like a decent enough person. Sometimes maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about him at all. But he sits in a chair and he's quiet. Ascended Great One, not dead until you kill it. You know what? It sounds like killing it was the right call.
Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Abritus. One of the few rites that allow one to directly utilize the power of the Great Ones, and evidence that the choir had approached.
I'm
the
never
Eldritch
killing her
Truth.
in another playthrough again.
The Augur of Abritus is an arcane method of fighting that was actually shared with the second subsection of the Healing Church, the School of Mensis. The upper echelons of the Healing Church are formed by the School of Mensis, based in the Unseen Village. This brings us to our next important character, Mikolash, who is likely the head of the School of Mensis. The School of Mensis was, as the name implies, a place of learning, research, and experimentation for the Healing Church. Their student set reads, "The Healing Church has its roots in Bergenworth, and naturally borrows heavily from its uniform design. The school was based below Yharnam, in a place called Yahar'gul, the Unseen Village. Clearly, the work of Mensis was intended to be kept a secret."
Yo! Thank you for the Kool-Aid, Sabra. Keep in mind the literal name of the game, Bloodborne. Everything flows through the blood itself. Imagine if, like, meth was a bloodborne disease. True, yeah, fuck. True. That's very true, but what was specifically born of blood? The Scourge of the Beast was born of blood. I was born of blood as a new Great One. More like I was born of eyes. Or is born not literally born? Is B-O-R-N-E a different born? Or does that mean like birth born? Thank you for the Kool-Aid, dude. I don't.
From the people of Yharnam. In fact,
Mankind,
as time
we are
went
born
on,
from the blood,
the school
made by the
increasingly
blood.
seems to have been working alone, even separately from the Healing Church itself. The Yahar'gul attire tells us, the hunters of Yahar'gul answer to the village's founders, the
Bloodborne
School
disease.
of Mensis. Hunters
Airborne. Oh, bloodborne as an airborne. Disease transmitted. Oh. Understood.
Normally, these kidnappers blend into the night wearing this attire. These were not true hunters. That title was saved for the third subsection of the Healing Church, the Hunters of the Workshop. These capable warriors of the church appeared as the Scourge of the Beast began to show in Yharnam. The Workshop Hunters served under Gurman, the first hunter, who you're all familiar with. The hunter attire reads, one of the standard articles of hunter attire fashioned at the workshop, a fine piece of...
Every single time I see Central Yharnam, I want to start a new save. It's the best starting area I've ever played in a video game ever.
Of hunter attire that provides stable defense.
Ever. Sorry, I'm just fucking with Queth making the counter at this point.
To anyone
ever
facing Yharnam's beastly threat, allows one to stalk beasts unannounced by cover of night. It's possible the unannounced part of that sentence is to do with killing beasts without them noticing you, But it could also be because the workshop was a secret institution. The original workshop is located in a very hard to find part of Cathedral Ward, and think about it, you don't want the townsfolk believing that the blood is turning them into beasts. When that information is floating around, you want to avoid panic at all costs. So the hunters hunted beasts under the
Or
cover
losing
of
your
night.
power at all
But
costs.
the hunters and the beastly scourge couldn't stay a secret forever. In what would come to be called Old Yharnam, a new disease appeared. It was called Ashen Blood. I call it a disease, but the small medicinal tablets used to treat it actually counteract poison. A tablet used to treat Ashen Blood, the baffling sickness that ravaged Old Yharnam long ago. These tablets only provide short-term relief. The Ashen Blood ailment eventually triggered the spread of the beastly scourge. Think about that. We know that the old blood heals every illness. We know that the old blood causes the beastly scourge, and we now know that the Ashen Blood caused the beastly scourge to spread. In short, it seems like people were infected with the Ashen Blood, and the medicine that they had only provided short-term relief, and they were forced to imbibe the old blood instead. It's even possible that the Healing Church used this Ashen Blood to gain power, swooping in with this miracle cure and liberating the people from the Ashen Blood disease. Since Ashen Blood seems poisonous in nature, perhaps the Church even poisoned the populace just for that excuse to use the old blood.
Oh my god. That is fucking diabolical. Yo. I thought the Healing Church was bad for Canehurst. Oh my fucking god. They're big pharma. Healing Church is big pharma. They literally made everyone sick to gain the power from healing everyone. And then everyone turned into beasts and they burned it down saying the town is fucked. There's nothing we can do. We gotta burn it down. That is fucking evil shit. Farmer stream. The rot just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Jesus Christ. That's awful. Oh my god. That is some evil fucking shit. Is this when Lawrence was still... Because Lawrence turns into a cleric beast. Does he turn into... Is Lawrence still a part of this? Because if so, Lawrence big bad. Lawrence very big bad. Amelia, stop. Lawrence big bad. Evolution without courage. Create problem, then sell solution. And then, like, don't let people know you created the problem, but let people know you're selling them a solution. Become heroes.
Because that excuse to get the populace to believe
Jesus
in you
Christ.
would have been so powerful. But whatever the case, the beastly scourge was triggered overwhelmingly in Old Yharnam. We know that much, to the point where they actually had to burn it down and cordon off Old Yharnam from the rest of the city. The red moon hangs low, and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinders? With this, the hunt became known to all. Perhaps the church feared an uprising from the people of Yharnam, for a note in central Yharnam reads, "When the hunt began, the Healing Church left us, blocking the great bridge to Cathedral Ward as Old Yharnam burned to the ground that moonlit night." As a result, Gurman's workshop was sealed and closed. With the scourge of the beast known to all, perhaps there was no need for secrecy anymore. The Saw Hunter badge comes to read, "Badge crafted long ago at the workshop, attests to one's prowess as a hunter of beasts. The workshop is gone, and no group recognizes this meaningless badge." At this point, the church retreats. They block themselves off in Upper Cathedral Ward and come up with a new strategy for dealing with the scourge of the beasts that is spreading throughout Yharnam. Eventually, the workshop hunters would disband, and the church founded the Church Hunter Workshop in its place. Ludwig was the chief hunter of the Healing Church, which consisted of hunters garbed in black and white.
The guy with a bunch of dead
Black
bodies
Church
around him in
Hunter
the
attire
nightmare.
reads, Most healing church hunters are elementary doctors who understand the importance of early prevention of the scourge, achieved by disposing of victims, even potential victims, before signs of sickness manifest themselves.
Even potential
Their black
victims.
attire is synonymous
Everybody's
with
a
fear
potential victim,
and that
dude.
peculiar yarn of madness. The black church hunter's job was clear. Remove any sign of the scourge of the beast, even if it hasn't manifested itself yet. The fear
That's
that it
why-
inspired
so
in the
kill
citizens
everybody.
shows most in Upper Cathedral Ward are deathly afraid of the church. The white church hunters' jobs were a bit different. These doctors are superiors to the black preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood ministration and the scourge of the beast. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method of research, and that some knowledge can only be attained by exposing oneself to sickness. Their experimentation might explain the monstrously large church giants who would have been particularly useful in the fight against the beasts. Ludwig's greatsword exhibits several departures from the workshop's design, suggesting that the church anticipated much larger, inhuman beasts. On top of this, Ludwig took a much more overt approach to beast hunting. Nightly, he would embark upon central Yharnam, across the Great Bridge, to fight back against the beasts. But he was not alone. The population of central Yharnam joined the hunt as well, swelling the ranks of the hunters. Ludwig, the first hunter of the Healing Church, once recruited Yharnamites to serve as hunters. This hunter's attire was made for new recruits and has excellent straightforward defense, but not nearly enough to allow an ordinary man to stand any real chance against the beasts. It sounds like a very clever...
This is all like his footage, right? I wonder if he's good at the game. You know what I mean? Like the combat. I wonder if Vati's good at the game. Does he have any interviews where he mentions if he's good or not, or you know what I mean? He has a lot of it might be for the sake of the video and it just works. Wonder if he died to Gehrman 5 times. Okay, let's
probably
let's just
the
continue.
populace blaming the church and likely formed more of a us versus them
He wasn't back then?
mentality. Meanwhile, in Bergenworth,
It's just for the
Master
footage.
Willem had an epiphany. We are thinking on the basest of planes. What we need
Yes.
are more eyes.
I believe he is.
Willem
Nice.
took this very literally. The remaining students of Bergenworth appear to have been transformed into multi-eyed, fly-like creatures, and more importantly, Willem himself found an umbilical cord
True.
of a Great One, which was a very
right.
significant and powerful artifact.
It
Provost
fucking was,
Willem
because we
sought the
consumed
cord
3 of
in
them
order
and
to
then turned
elevate
into
his
a great
being
one.
and thoughts to those of a Great One by lining his brain with eyes, the only choice he knew if man were ever to match their greatness. Used to gain insight, and, so they say, eyes on the inside, although no one remembers what that truly entails.
Fuck these
It's difficult to know exactly how Willem came across or created an umbilical cord, so we'll have to go into that in another video. Just know that he has one for now. When we encounter Willem, he directs us to the Great Lake. The power of great bodies of water is actually referenced in a few runes. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. The lake and what lies within it hides the truth. Rom, the Bergenworth spider, lies within, and there's a lot we don't know about her, but
Hey, thank you for the Kool-Aid Queen. Speaking of eyes, did you try that trick with the doll? The one Gehrman told me to do in the beginning?
I'll tell you what we do know. The Bergenworth spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps our lost master from us, a terrible shame. The spider is certain to reveal nothing, for true enlightenment need not be shared. I believe this is what the vacuous part of
Thank you,
Rom's
Miss
name
Kool-Aid Queen.
refers to. This creature is somehow hiding the true nature of the world, and when you defeat it, you don't need insight to see the world for what it truly is. The night moves forward. The blood
That's a good
moon
point.
descends, and after killing
That's a
Rom,
good point.
we are finally granted access to what remains of Yahar'gul, home of Mikolash and his school of Mensis. The school of Mensis appears to have grown apart from the Healing Church and the choir. There is little information on Mikolash and his school, but we can prove that there was a split. Firstly,
Interesting.
Mikolash uses the Augur of Abritus, a secret rite of the choir.
Vati. Is this how you guys feel when I say things wrong? This is how you guys feel when I say chickage. That's how you guys feel when I say chickage.
Split. Firstly, Mikolash uses the Augur of Abritus, a secret rite
Yeah,
of the
okay.
choir shared among the high-ranking members of the Healing Church.
I
This suggests he was
understand.
trusted with this information
German.
and was once a sane member of the church. To prove that there was a split between the Healing Church's choir and the school, we note clear signs of distrust and fighting between the groups. Imprisoned inside Yahar'gul is the corpse of a member of the choir. And inside the Nightmare of Mensis, we find who the official guide calls Edgar, choir intelligence. Clearly, the choir was suspicious of what was going on in Yahar'gul with the School of Mensis, and based on what we find there in Yahar'gul, it seems the choir had
He's not
good
wearing a
reason to
cage.
be. The School of Mensis were attempting to commune with the Great Ones, and they succeeded. As Willem did, they found an umbilical cord. We find 4 cords in the game that allow contact with the Great Ones, and Mikolash had one. This cord granted Mensis
No, the
audience
Wetners
with
had one.
Murgo, but resulted in the stillbirth of their brains. As we know,
Yeah, that's
most Great Ones reside in the Nightmare Realm, and
wild.
whatever ritual they performed with this cord ripped Mensis and its students
No
into
way, Harry
the Nightmare.
Best.
That's why you find the lecture hall in the Nightmare, and that's why there's hundreds of dead students throughout Yahar'gul, all wearing the cage that appears to have delivered them to their harrowing nightmare. Mikolash's corpse provides a gateway into the nightmare, and we find him here, clearly
Wow.
insane,
So when
wandering
we
the
wake
halls.
him up, he's just dead.
Mikolash believes that it's possible to ascend towards becoming a Great One, citing Rom as his example. Rom, however, is not fully developed, rather she has the blood of their kin. And let's just go back to Rom for a second. When you defeat Rom, Queen Yharnam appears. She's a Tumerian woman who has clearly suffered a childbirth
Not just
gone
any.
horribly wrong. She is linked to the Nightmare of Mensis, to the ritual that Rom was hiding, and she appears in this nightmare, looking up towards Murgo's loft, where Murgo and his wet nurse reside. Queen Yharnam hails from the Tumerian civilization that was in power long ago, and she was blessed with a child of the Great Ones. From the way she appears outside Murgo's loft, it is clear that her consciousness, her spirit, was pulled into this nightmare as well. Even when you encounter Queen Yharnam's real self in the Tumerian tombs,
we
baby Murgo
did.
screams whenever you hit her, and even when you kill Yharnam in the tombs, it is clear that she is not actually dead. But her horrific consciousness is only asleep, and it stirs in unsettling motions. Her consciousness seems to be showing up here in the nightmare, completely separate from her physical form.
So
The same
she
thing is happening
transcended
with you,
too.
with Mikolash, with the Great Ones in the nightmare with you. You all exist in this nightmare that Mensis created. So your next question is, which Great One impregnated Yharnam with Murgo all those years ago? I believe it is formless Erden. The Great One Erden, lacking form, exists only in voice. To cite the fastest evidence to present, there's nothing in the cradle after you defeat Murgo, and Murgo himself, the child, has no form. Also, his cries are heard throughout your adventure. He exists everywhere. Additionally,
neither does the
Murgo's
wet
wet
nurse.
nurse has no form under those robes.
Okay,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
the women that are impregnated when this blood moon descends are all related to Erden, but we'll get to that in another video. When you
Oh, you
defeat
son of a
Murgo's
bitch.
wet nurse, you get a message unlike any other that you've received thus far. Instead of prey slaughtered, you get nightmare slain. You defeated a true Great One that's elevated its consciousness to the nightmare realm, and the game is nearing its end. However, all of this should make you think, the Nightmare of Mensis isn't the only dream world I've set foot in, is it? This entire time I've actually been journeying out from the hunter's dream, guided by lanterns that led me to Murgo and her wet nurse, all of which is made possible by German and his doll. Travel to the hunter's workshop in the waking world and seek the truth. Every Great One loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. The third umbilical cord precipitated the encounter with the pale moon, which beckoned the hunters and conceived the hunter's dream. Next to the
that's
cord
right, it
is
was
the
found in the
unanimated doll.
workshop.
Take a hairpin from this real doll and then pass it along to the doll in the dream. When you give her the hairpin, she sheds a single tear, which reads, "Created from the shining silver doll tear.
Oh, that's right.
This blood gem is a quiet yet unfaltering friend that continually restores HP, the life essence of a hunter. Perhaps this doll's creator had wished for such a friend, albeit in vain." It's clear that German, called upon the Great Ones using an umbilical
German.
cord, similar to the manner in which Mikolash did. The Great Ones that inhabit the nightmare are sympathetic in spirit and often answer when called upon. German, lonely and lacking purpose after the church had no more need for his workshop, must have called upon the Great Ones. A Great One responded, the pale moon presence, and imprisoned German within the
Well,
dream.
that's not true,
While
though.
German sleeps, he utters the
Because it said Lawrence and his associates called upon the moon presence. So it wasn't just German in his isolation. Because that wouldn't make sense. Like, because he was alone. Because it says Lawrence did it in the study hall thing. In the lecture building. Or lecture hall.
this rare piece of dialogue
So it's a little
that
off,
clearly
I think.
shows he does not
think.
want to be here.
Oh, Lawrence, Master Willem.
Got this wrong. Gotcha.
Somebody.
Yeah, he's not
Help
perfect,
me.
of course. I'm just pointing out, like,
Unshackle me.
we need a
Please.
bit more
Anybody.
digging in that regard.
I've had enough of this dream. The
Yo!
night blocks all.
Man-Eater, thank you for the 10 gifted, dude! Thank you for the Kool-Aid, dude! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sight.
Hey, cheers, cheers.
Oh, somebody. Please.
So for what purpose
Bugs
was the
Nest Gen
dream
from South
conceived?
Lord!
Well, the doll tells us that countless hunters have passed through here, and all of the graves tell us that as well. And Eileen and Jura
No
both
Life
have
King. Yeah,
dialogue
I knew, I
that is
knew, I knew.
testament to that fact. They talk about how they've been through this dream before as well. So why are hunters being sent through this dream, unable to pass away, just forced to go out into the world?
That
and
seems
kill
like the
ghosts?
biggest
It
question
becomes
to
clearer
me.
when you kill Murgo's wet nurse. You return
Okay.
to the hunter's workshop burning down, the dream's purpose fulfilled. Ergo, the purpose of your dream and your hunt appears to have been to slay a great one. 3 endings are presented to you. The first. German offers you a way out of the dream. He asks you to accept your death, for if you do, then you'll awaken in the waking world of Yharnam, and your consciousness will be no longer linked to the dream. The trophy for this ending reads, "You lived through the
I
hunt
didn't
and saw another day." The second option
Oh, I
is to
should have read the
reject German.
trophies.
He suggests that to do so must be a decision caused by madness, and he pits his will against yours to forcibly remove you from the dream. All the while, he entreats you to accept your death and be freed from this dream. If you overpower German, we meet with the Moon Presence, the being that appears to have conceived this nightmare. Just like the nightmare Murgo conceived, it embraces you, and in the cutscene to follow, we see ourselves performing the same role that German did, hosting the dream. Likely a
Good thing
slave
we
to the Moon
watched the
Presence,
endings first.
or perhaps its surrogate child, guiding hunters throughout this dream in an effort to slay other great ones. The trophy for this ending reads, "Captivated by the Moon
Wow.
Presence, you pledge to..."
Wait. The moon presence obviously looks over the hunter's dream. Why does the moon presence want to facilitate this hunter's dream that theoretically the point of it is to like house hunters whose purpose is to slay great ones? What is the moon presence? Why does the moon presence want hunters to kill other great ones? Are we just like a slaughter farm? Like, is the moon presence, we're mere pawns? So the moon presence is like at war with other great ones? Great ones don't like each other? To be the only great one, moon presence is just based. Did somebody say farm? Holy shit. Wait. That's wild. Yo, Carl with the 10 gifted, dude. Thank you, Carl, for the 10 gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, we're
Watch
gonna
over the
get
hunter's dream.
this video.
There's one
done
key thing
first.
you need to remember. The Great Ones are a race, but they're a race unlike any other. Each Great One is entirely unique, and they do not necessarily work together. In fact,
tea
from
time.
the existence of the dream, I'm almost inclined to believe that the Moon Presence is hostile towards other Great Ones.
Yeah,
In the
yeah,
third
yeah.
and final ending, you consume 3 umbilical cords and
Tea
resist the
time.
will of the Moon
Tea time.
Presence. You overpower it, and in the cutscene to follow, the doll coddles the being you have become. You have ascended, truly, as few have before you. The trophy description
Because the doll
states,
coddles me.
you became an infant great one, lifting humanity into its next childhood.
Wild.
So after the end of all this, you probably still have questions. What is pale blood?
Fucking shit.
Why does the moon presence guide hunters towards killing beasts and great ones? Which ending is the good ending? For all this and
who
more,
cares
you need
about
to be
that?
subscribed to the channel. I'll have another video out soon analysing
Very
the
smart.
endings, and from here on out, the
Very
channel
smart.
should split into 3 main parts. There's going to be
You know, we're not going to focus on that because we're not going to probably not do any more Vati videos for tonight. Actually, definitely not looking at the time. We're going to get this rocking and rolling. But first, tea time. Praise share. I'm just going to grab some tea for tea time. It's tea time. I got to grab some tea. I'll be right back. Tea time. Praise share. We'll be right back. Tea time. Tea time. Sorry, guys. Tea time. This is on my... I want some tea. Spill it, please. I'm drinking chamomile tea. That's the tea. A formless streamer. Never mind. This is on my getting better sleep arc. Hey! Poll for visceral femininity instead of Max0r vid. Visceral femininity, I looked. It's 42 minutes long. That's I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen tonight. But thank you for the Kool-Aid, Sabra. Thank you. That one cannot happen. Cannot happen tonight. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to like take down the poll counter. Yo, paralyzed. I was gonna message you, paralyzed queen. Sorry. The doll thing I mentioned. Trick your camera to glitching into the back of her head, and you'll see something interesting. I have not done that yet. I gotta look that up too. I might look that up. No Max0r, please. We'll see if we finish Max0r. We'll see if it's my kind of video, but I will give it a chance. But we're gonna get into, for now, we'll focus on what we're getting into right now, which is the Bloodborne lore revisited, The Curse of Cause by Smotown.
The fiends, their children.
I am interested in this very much.
And their children forever true. A call to the bloodless wherever they be. Mother is dead, her baby taken. Mother is dead, her baby taken. Scared are suffering the grief of cause. Do you hear it? A sealless void, the lair of beasts, where the blood-crazed roam.
I hated that. Jesus Christ.
Blasphemous, black blasphemous murders, blood-crazed fiends, atonement for the wretches. By the
Who is
wrath
this,
of Mother
Smotown?
Curse, atonement for the wretches. Lay the
Smotown,
curse
damn.
of blood upon them.
Well
and their
done so
children,
far.
And their children's children forevermore.
One of the most important events in Bloodborne is the massacre at the fishing hamlet, and I wish to examine this event in
love his
some
voice.
detail, look at some themes that are explored within, The Hunter's nightmare is a construct of sin, a world created by the sins of the past. In this video I want to discuss these events of the Hamlet Massacre, which is defined as I see it by three powerful
Subtitles
ideas.
for sure.
Original sin or ancestral fault, the trespass of a sacred covenant, and the idea of blood curses. Before we begin, I'd like to thank JSF and Sinclair Lore, who both chatted to me about this in a more informal manner in a previous podcast which I will link below, and I thank them for that. Chapter 1, Ancestral Fault.
Imogen. Ancestral fault.
How we experience the Hunter's nightmare is like a journey back through time, a journey back through the crimes of those who came before us. We first experience a very familiar memory, which is the slaughter of beasts on the streets of Yharnam. Except this is a twisted reflection of that. It is a purgatory, where those who have lost their minds are damned to murder their defenseless victims over and over again. The church agent, Simon, tells us of this curse and why this hellscape exists.
Do you know why the hunters are drawn to this nightmare? Because it sprouted from their very misdeeds. Things that some would rather keep secret. A pitiful tale of petty arrogance, really. High time someone exposed the whole charade.
Later, near the end of his journey, he laments, "So our forefathers sinned. We hunters cannot bear their weight forever. It isn't fair. It just isn't fair." This is much like the quote of Solon that you saw at the beginning of this video, which I'll briefly read again. "The guiltless will pay for the deeds later, either the man's children or his descendants thereafter." This is the concept of ancestral fault, or later known as original sin.
I don't think I
It
get
was a
this
cultural
whole
view
story
that
of
implied that
the
though we are
sin,
innocent,
like fully
we
from
must
the
pay
first
the
part,
price owed from those who came before us.
because
They
we
exist
split
in
up the
normative
DLC a
sense
little
of
bit.
collective
I have
shame
no
and guilt
regrets,
that certain
but
communities
it's
or
interesting.
societies may feel from past actions. Yet this idea is more expanded upon in Christianity in the concept of the original sin, as I mentioned before. The original sin is the sin committed by Adam and Eve by eating the fruit in the Garden of Eden, and that sin was inherited by every single human. It is the state of all humans who are born, and that is a very basic interpretation of the original sin. I particularly like the way it is characterised by Nathaniel Slott, who rewrote the text for Ludwig's Dance of Death. It says this: "Think on Adam's bankruptcy, which brought you all in debt to me." So as this quote neatly
Interesting.
characterises, it is not necessarily anything that we have done wrong, yet we must pay the debt. And as a hunter in Bloodborne, it is the normative state of things for a hunter. We are born to fall to the blood-drunk curse that was born from the transgression of something sacred. This crime, this transgression, dates very far back into the history of the hunters, and we must go back to the very beginning of this tale, back to the events that unfolded at the fishing hamlet. Chapter 2,
Yes.
Sacred Covenant.
Secret Covenant. Okay, when did this start?
From the current bloodshed on the
Awa.
streets of Yharnam, we move further back in this nightmare, to the earlier days of the church, to the research hall. We know this is the early days of the healing church, for the
This
fruit
fucking
of this
place.
research, the brain fluid, reads as follows. In the early days of the healing church, the great ones were linked to the ocean, and so the cerebral patients would imbibe water and listen for the howl of the sea. Brain fluid writhed inside the head, the initial makings of internal eyes. This research and the crimes committed here against the poor test subjects are a further fruit born of the crime committed by the hunters of Bergenworth at the fishing hamlet years before, and so we will begin there and go past the research hall further into the nightmare. This single act committed by the hunters all these years ago is one of the most important in all of Bloodborne lore. It was an act that was so wrong. It was a violation, a transgression.
Please, I need you to do something. This village is the true secret, testament to the old sins. It feeds this hunter's nightmare. Please, bring to an end the horror.
This is the secret buried beneath the centre of the nightmare, and it is the heart of everything. It is a testament to old sins, i.e.
But what
it's a
is it
horrifying
specifically?
recreation of those events that happened back then. These events began as per the description of the Kos parasite, which reads as follows. When the carcass of Kos washed up on the coast, its insides were teeming with tiny parasites unlike any found in humans. The corpse of Kos washed up on the shore. It has long been hypothesized by Redgrave and others that this town resembles a whaling town, and of a town that would process and use the products harvested from whales, which explained the processing facility or refinery. The wrecked ships off town also seem to be further evidence towards this as to the function of this town, that these could have been whaling or at least fishing ships. Therefore some take the function of the village as evidence that Kos was killed by the denizens of the village, and then she washed ashore, and provided the village with a bountiful, never-ending crop in parasites. There is a concept in Japan known as the drifting ashore god. This would be an auspicious event in where a large whale would either come to be beached or trapped in the shallows nearby a village. This whale would then provide a large amount of sustenance, fuel and resources for a small village, to the point where it would seem like a gift from a god. In time, due to the resources provided by these whales, they were considered to be deities of sorts, and cults would spring up around them in coastal villages, and they're known as the drifting ashore gods. A cult being built around the corpse of something that is eaten and consumed by a village. We can see this exact sort of relationship evolving in the fishing hamlet. One day a god floated to shore and provided an endless bounty. In time, a sacred pact was established between the people of the village and Mother Kos, mother to the village. A cult was established in her name.
Wait, so they use the parasites as bounty, so to speak. Could that be like the fishing village ate the parasites as if it was just seafood? And is that why everybody's morphed into this like weird fish-like thing?
People prayed to her, and a priesthood was established to maintain the religion. A divine covenant and a symbolic relationship were built, and it was a sacred thing.
Slugs be slugging.
We can see the symbiotic nature of this relationship, given that the people of this village become more aquatic, and like Kos herself, who is appearing to be an aquatic being. But word would soon spread, for the villagers did not know what Kos really was. Yet there was a group of scholars dedicated to finding out more about Kos and her kin. Chapter 3, The Crime.
Here we go. Here we go.
A powerful covenant had been established in the fishing hamlet, and the hunters were less than respectful of their divine relationship. Hearing word that a village hamlet was worshipping the corpse of a great being would have piqued the interest in the Bergamot scholars, who had already dedicated themselves to studying that of the Great One. We can also possibly assume that the Bergamot scholars had only seen signs of the Great Ones through their parasites and other augurs,
Good to see you.
but rather hearing about the corpse of a Great One themselves, too great an opportunity to turn down. We know that they came here, firstly from the dialogue of the fishing hamlet priest, who says this.
Bergamot, blasphemous murderers, blood-crazed fiends.
And then we have the accursed brew item description. We can see that it is the skull of a village denizen. And you can see a similar art asset hanging from the trees in the village, suggesting that not many survived this brutal examination, and their defiled corpses were hung as grim reminders. When we reach Maria in the dream, she says this.
A corpse should be left well alone. Oh, I know very well how the secrets beckon so sweetly.
Redgrave in his Pale Blood Hunt, which I highly recommend you read if for some reason you haven't read it, and I'll link that below, cites
For
this
some
phrase
reason you
and
haven't
believes
read
that
it?
instead of it being about
Subtitles
Maria
are way
herself,
off.
she's
What are
in
you gonna
fact
do?
talking about the corpse of Kos, and I agree with this interpretation. She says this because she was there upon the raid on the fishing hamlet. She was part of the heavies sent by the Bergamot scholars to tear up this village and find evidence of the Great Ones. Redgrave goes on to describe a series of events which I more or less agree with, and he states this. Gurman, the first hunter, travelled along with his greatest pupil Maria to the hamlet and butchered the kin. The skulls were split open in search of eyes, and the first hunters carved a path towards the corpse of Kos. It is there that their greatest blasphemy was committed. Gurman and Maria discovered that the dead Kos had been pregnant, the unborn fetus still intact. In the nightmare, we experience a manifestation of the orphan that is a manifestation of his rage and suffering, yet isn't a real reflection of what it actually would have been in real life. The orphan that would have been encountered by Gurman and Maria would have been a defenceless thing. Maria and Gurman would have taken the corpse, the unborn fetus, and allowed it to be desecrated by the Byrgenwerth scholars. The corpse of a god handled so irreverently, its child pulled out and dissected for a greater understanding into the Great Ones.
Oh, that cry
this
hits
harkens
different.
back to the speech
That
of
cry
the
hits
Hamlet
different.
priest upon entering the village, who says this about the child.
Mercy, for the poor wasn't child. Mercy. Oh, please.
The treatment of this religious cult, the violation of the corpse, and the child of a being who is known to be a god, is a shocking event. It is a crime against humanity and against the order of the cosmos. It is a crime that was never faced up to, and in fact was buried and swept under the rug, buried deep within the consciousness of those who committed it. It would take the concerted efforts of Simon and ourselves to expose the whole charade, to quote him. Not only this memory is hidden, but it is kept far away and locked down by Brador, an assassin of the church, who will kill anyone who has had sight of the memory.
The beast you seek will not be found here. Go
So
back
they
to your
found
home, and if you have
the
time,
baby
put this knife
and
in
just
your
ripped it out and dissected
blade.
it
It is
and
better
just
left
tested on it.
untouched. Secrets better left alone.
And then Kaz put a curse on them?
Brazenly roam.
A further way that the church will suppress the truth about the crimes that were committed by those who came before them, the Byrgenwerth
So Willem not a good
scholars.
guy either.
Chapter 4.
Because this Byrgenwerth.
The Wrath of Mother Kos.
The wrath. This feels so justified right now.
These crimes and the irreverent way of dealing with a divine being is a blood crime that gives power to the real wrath of Mother Kos. Kos is physically dead, but she is a great one. Her existence and her being is beyond the physical world or beyond our understanding. She has power, so when this crime occurs, and those Hamlet worshippers call upon her, call upon those transgressors to be cursed, something real actually happens. They invoke their sacred covenant with their god. The survivors of the massacres, either in the real world or their recreations in the nightmare, lay a blood curse upon the hunters.
Curse the fiends, their children too, and their children forever true. A call to the bloodless wherever they be. Mother is dead, her baby taken. Mother is dead, her baby taken. Scales
This has got to
are
be
suffering
cut
the curse
dialogue,
of
right? I've
Kos.
never heard this.
Do you
I've had the
hear
most reasonable crash out in
serious
history, let's be for real.
beast
You know what? Now that I'm out of the
where
context of
blood
the fight,
Christ roam?
One part of this
You're
chanting
absolutely
that's most
correct.
relevant to me is the part that says, "Lay the curse upon them." Once again, this harkens back to the Bible, but a different story this
it's actually
time.
in the game?
In the New Testament, the book of Matthew, it is during Pilate's pronunciation of the sentencing of Jesus Christ, where he talks to the crowd about who's to blame and who's got the blood on their hands, and the conversation kind of goes like this. When Pilate saw that he was not succeeding at all, but that a riot was breaking out instead, he took water and washed his hands in the sight of a crowd, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. Look to it yourselves." And the whole people said in reply, "His blood be upon us and upon our children." In the Bible passage I just read, the people in the crowd take the blame for the death of the child of a god, yet in Bloodborne it's slightly different in that the hunters do not take the blame at all, and in fact the blame and the blood curse is laid upon them by the worshippers of that god, rather than it being a self-laid curse as it is in the passage I just read to you. I find the parallels pretty interesting here, as it gives us an idea of the nature of the curse of Kos, of the wrath of Kos, that it is something that is bestowed upon a people, and it will carry on through the generations for something that was not done by the people who inherit it. After the
This is super
desecration of her
interesting.
child
I like
and her
the
worshippers,
parallels
an
he's seeing.
endless curse is laid upon the hunters, by condemning them to fall to blood drunkenness. It is a curse that is known to the hunter community, and it is one that affects us all. We are all damned to fall to it by taking up the hunt. The hunters of hunters are the ones who have the job, who are tasked to bury these embarrassments to the hunter community.
Look at you, you sorry drunk. I'll string you up like the filthy beast you are. You shall not abscond your crimes. Were you not once a hunter? Few hunters can resist the intoxication of the hunt.
As Aileen says here, the intoxication of the hunt
She's
is something
badass.
that leads to the inevitable downward spiral towards blood drunkenness, a state where we completely lose our minds and lose ourselves to our most violent urges. From the old Hunters DLC, we now see that this is in part the cause of the curse of Mother Cos, and that those who follow will fall to their bloodlust. Not only that, but there's a special world, a special hell, for these people to go to at the end of their blood drunkenness, the Hunter's Nightmare.
Endlessly.
This is a purgatory.
What a
where
fucking
though cursed, every hunter will eventually be trapped by their crimes and the crimes of those who came before them. The Hunters of Hunters try to stop this and give release to the blood drunk before they are drawn into this hell, into this nightmare. For Aileen's attire reads as follows. The first Hunter of Hunters came from a foreign land and gave the dead a virtuous native ritual, rather than impose a blasphemous Yarnam burial service upon them, with the hope that former compatriots might be returned to the skies and find rest in a hunter's dream. We have the hunter's equivalents of hell in the nightmare, and their heaven, which is the hunter's dream, referred to in this text from Aileen's outfit. It is the Hunters of Hunters who protect the legacy and the reputation of the Hunters by killing their shameful brethren. Pre-DLC we didn't understand why this happened, but now we understand what truly is the cause of this blood drunkenness, and unfortunately what the end state of this is. We hear a chant as we are drawn into the Hunter's Nightmare.
Curse the fiends, their children too.
The fiends being referred to are of course the Hunters, the same title being bestowed upon them in the original curse that I played at the beginning of the video from the words of the Hamlet priest, and the curse being that of losing one's mind to blood drunkenness and being drawn into the hellscape of the Hunter's Nightmare to be punished in the shadows of our sins.
Blood drunkenness too?
One of the tormented
I thought
is
that was
Ludwig,
just the
horse,
scourge,
who endlessly kills the cursed over and over at the river of blood.
An unsightly beast. A great
Ludwig the Accursed. Only pause in this whole video. I know he's locked in.
Ludwig the Accursed is coming.
This to me calls to mind the
that
concept,
OST is
the
so
Buddhist
good. I'm so
concept
excited
of
for the
Nietzsche,
OST stream
which
too.
is the lowest level of hell. Essentially, where only the most sinful go. In this hell, when one dies, they are reborn in the same place to suffer for all eternity. And in a way, this nightmare plays the same role of that eternal hell, to punish sinners
not too
when
bad.
people are killed by Ludwig over and over again. Notably, one of the other parallels between this is that one of the reasons one can get sent to Avicii is by killing an Arat, an enlightened being, which is certainly relevant when we consider the murder of Kos as the cause of everything here. Yet why are we so certain that this curse and the events of the Hamlet Massacre birthed the nightmare and the blood drunkenness? Well, if the evidence and the parallels presented aren't enough, it can be simply a matter of dream geography. All dreams are layered on top of each other, in the dream worlds and the dream lands, as we could call them.
That's right.
And at the centre of this nightmare, at the core of this dream, under the various layers, is the Hamlet Massacre, which is the heart or core of this nightmare. The simple chant by the villagers was given power by Mother Cos herself, and the blood of her child.
Wow.
Any powerful blood curse took root into the line of hunters who would follow. This is
That's
the rotten
crazy that the
core
villagers'
of the hunter's
prayers
heritage.
work.
Inheriting the curse, the inevitable downfall, brought upon us by the actions of those who came before us. So thanks guys, I hope you liked that interpretation of
I did.
Hamlet Massacre.
Hey, I'm gonna watch more of his
and the
videos.
events that
Sorry,
took place
I didn't
there,
really
and the
respond to much.
ramifications
I was
of it, and how it's
locked
kind of
in.
the centre of a lot of bad things that can happen to the hunters.
I
If you like
thought
this video, please
Vati was my
subscribe
one and only.
Follow me for more, as I always do.
Yo, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm on my different account, so I won't subscribe here, but yo, Smotown is sick, and I love his voice. Wow, dude. That was really, really good. That was really good. I love all the references he makes, the way he brings up the lore. That intro was sick. And like the possible inspirations that FromSoft took from like actual like biblical or historical or like, I guess maybe that was folklore, Japanese folklore. That was super sick. Try Brothers Code, off stream, of course. Hey, sounds good. Okay. Smalltown also made a book on Elden Ring, I believe. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Now on to Max0r. We definitely will watch Max0r. This might be a non-paused one as well. We'll see. Actually, we'll see. This is going to be so weird after these other ones. But his microphone and visual style got way better over time. Nowadays, one of the best. Hey, nice. I mean, this video in itself, 6 years ago, I really liked it. I was really, really impressed by this video. Like I said, I was just locked in the entire time. I was just taking it in. I like it too because I mean, it's a little unfair with Vati's probably, but like he stuffs a lot of information in his video. This one, I felt like I could follow the whole time without needing to like pause or anything. Goated subtitles, true. All right, let's see what this is about. Let's see what this shit is. Let's see what this shit is. All right, let's watch.
The video has spoilers. Blood.
Okay. Okay. A lot of you guys recommended this video. A lot of you guys recommended this video. Like I think there might have been 30 recommendations on the finale. Good luck. I don't know if I could take this. All right, let's see what this is about.
The video has spoilers. Bloodborne is a Lovecraftian horror RPG that no one understands by definition, where the player is free to attack hordes of human children at will and consume their innards. If that in-depth and engaging anti-baby gameplay appeals to you, keep listening because it gets worse. In this game, you play as John Bloodborne, a foreigner incapable of speech without the use.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what I just hit. I don't. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Can I just... Okay, how many stills did he just fit into 5 seconds?
The video has spoilers. Bloodborne is a Lovecraftian horror RPG that...
I can't even fucking count how many stills he just put into 5 seconds. I can't... Sorry, guys, this is just for me. Wait. We're not going to put subtitles on this. I don't want to try to do that to YouTube.
The video has spoilers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Definition.
Jesus Christ. He put like 17, 18 things in the first 5 seconds of the video. Even slow as fast, the editing timeline must go insane. It actually is, each bit is so small, it just looks like one unedited clip in 5 seconds. It takes like half a year for a video to come out. I freaking see why. Abortion-born. What the fuck? Aaron, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Thank you for the Kool-Aid. Do you understand why this man is a madman editor? I do.
Where the player is free to attack hordes of human children at will and consume their innards. If that in-depth and engaging anti-baby gameplay appeals to you, keep listening because it gets worse. In this game, you play as John Bloodborne, a foreigner incapable of speech without the use of sign language, and stricken with Habsburg disease, comes to the ancient city of London, seeking treatment for the sins of his cousins. In doing so, he will begin hallucinating talking dolls, spider people, and the great people. Journeying further.
Jesus fucking Christ. I have a 5 microwave meme tolerance. That's too much. I have a 3 microwave meme tolerance. If I get, that was 1. Strike 1. If I get 2 more microwave memes, I'm out. Brain rot before it was cool. Editing nightmare needs more tea. I've had too much tea.
John Bloodborne becomes conscripted into the service of a gay elder god and the 60-year-old man he keeps as a pet, and is given the ultimate task of killing an invisible infant in order to cure his anemia. To accomplish said
I'm not hydrated right now.
the player must journey through dark forests, terrifying nightmares, and the meth-ridden alleyways of a post-Brexit Britain, slaying monsters, exploring, and tricking women into being impregnated by gods so you can consume the child. This game is an excellent realization of a Metroidvania with something new around every corner. A great action RPG which pits you against insurmountable odds and extreme challenges, and has a gripping story and lore about discovering the eldritch truth. So if you can, play it yourself, because I'm not going to hold back on the details. It's no secret that my reviews are entertainment first, so I don't suggest using me as genuine advice. However, most people can't play this game, ever, because you have to buy a $400 magical box sold by the wizard Sony in order to experience it, and even then, you get to see it in an amazing 30 frames per second with no anti-aliasing. Port this game to PC, I beg of you. In fact, I can assume that a lot of people watching this video will basically never play the game, but keep watching because I'm hilarious and original. Do that, and I can give you the full, unfiltered, uncensored, unsubstantiated, and unsportsmanlike experience that is Bloodborne. The gameplay is what makes this game great, and the easiest way to describe it is simple.
This is an actual review.
On a simple level, your baby brain is responsible for only 2 tasks, dodging and hitting. And dodging in this game renders you temporarily invincible. Sounds easy, right? Wrong, because every single enemy is adjusted to keep pace with you. Basic enemies are basically able to whoop your ass into fucking non-existence. Every encounter, therefore, is tense and engaging. When you kill someone, it's because you were faster and had more meth than they did. On a complicated level, you have a gun, and normally bullets hurt people, but in London, bullets are a suggestion, like the Geneva Convention. Here in England, it's all about the knife bins. Except when you shoot somebody mid-attack, you gain the mystical and arcane ability to plunge your fist through their ribcage like Mortal Kombat, and rip out their heart, which is considered rude and a slight annoyance. This extends to behind them if you charge an attack, which sometimes causes you to reach up a pig's asshole and rip out the prostate like fruit by the foot. Side note, the most optimal farming route for currency in this game is called Murgo's Pig Fisting Route. See, I changed the webpage. And in this route, you sneak up behind this guy and do him the dirty. Then entice these 2 swinular bastards to be mauled to death by members of Organization 13. Repeat 50 times. On a complicated level, every single weapon in the game has 2 different modes with 2 different movesets, and transforming between them gives you special attacks in addition to running attacks, plunging attacks, On a theoretical physicist level, your character memorizes squiggly lines and fridge art created by gods for passive bonuses that work regardless of weaponry. My favorites are more money, and more money they stack. Finally, on a meta-theoretical chiropractic level, every weapon is customizable with different gem slots that give differing effects for your attacks. And there are different types that can literally change all of the stats of the weapon, like making a fucking spear do more damage based off of intelligence. There's definitely more and a lot of strategy in how you level up your character, but I assume that you know how to level up in a fucking video game. But with all this combat prowess, you may be wondering, Max0r, who are these crusty abominations that you're fighting on screen? Well, to learn that much, we're going to have to delve into the lore. So buckle your britches, bitches, because this shit is wild. If I say something questionable, just accept it as fact. I can be trusted. 60 years ago, 20 rowdy college students took their education extremely seriously because they found woman Cthulhu. She was just in a portable toilet downstairs. Also, because they were bored, they beat to death a god of the sea with some bats, but that's a story for later. It turns out the entire world is ruled and created by a race of elder gods beyond human comprehension called the Great Ones. Figuring this out, they got Cthulhu's blood and were like, we can make a religion out of this. Because it turns out the blood can heal people, which is really good due to all the knife crime. So everyone starts drinking it a little too much and they get the money to build 36 cathedrals, but it turns out eventually
this is all accurate. He's just saying it in a way.
So the church hires a guy named German to go fight the beasts with an organization known as the Hunters, but there's too many beasts, so he gives up. Now the knife crime is increased even more, and German sort of goes insane and creates a life-size doll of one of his students who is an 8-foot-tall Amazonian. He also canonically has sex with it. The moon god, for some reason, kind of takes notice of this and is like, alright, listen, I'm building a suicide squad. I will bring your waifu to Laifu if you serve me for all time as my slave. German reasonably thinks that this is a great deal and is imprisoned in a dream. This is where you come in. See, the moon god assassinates baby gods for fun, but needs a hitman to go into the real world to do it since he's confined to the ninth dimension. This is all fucking true, holy shit. So in addition to fighting all manner of giant beasts and uncovering dark secrets, the true aim of this game is to commit infanticide.
But he's
There's enough bullshit here to fill tax legislation, so comment your own poorly summarized Bloodborne lore below. And for the rest of us non-shills, we have ample time to explain more of what makes this game great. Yes,
Prepare
you
to
have
die.
been jinked. I am talking about bosses before I talk about the levels. In most video games, bosses cap off areas, but in Bloodborne, areas are preambles to a dick flattening, and nothing will challenge your skill in quite the same way, except for the goddamn Witches of Hemwick, who were placed into the game for disability access. You can probably tell that Bloodborne is a hard game. We don't even know if a games journalist can beat it, but it's hard in a fair way that tests your skills and reaction time, except for Lawrence, but I'll get back to Lawrence later. What sets this game's bosses apart is that the challenge makes it feel like you're a really small dude jabbing a toothpick into a building-sized deer demon. So yeah, I would be impressed if you killed that. But not only that, unlike Dark Souls, every single boss reacts meaningfully to how you attack them. Large beasts can have their bones cracked and their tendons wound into a slinky. Bone boys can be knocked over and have their marrow shipped.
That's a good point.
Human enemies will wince and recoil when they see your height difference. As well, every boss punishes you for cowardice and actively discourages backpedaling with their forward momentum, causing every fight to be an elaborate dance with a thrilling back and forth. Unless you're fighting Grom, who is the really hungry caterpillar if he had a legion of arachnid slaves who threw their heads underground like ostriches. We don't talk about him. And while we're on the subject of bad bosses,
no, we don't.
This motherfucker, let me tell you something. The humanoid bosses in this game are paradoxically the most dangerous. But Mikolash is a psychological hazard that will hurt you personally. This boss literally feels like cut content because the fight centers around chasing him and his direction depends on RNG, making him an actual speedrun killer. When you corner him, he uses one attack, and then you chase him again where he gains the power to insta-kill you. God forbid you're hit by it because that's 10 minutes gone. Here's a tip. Save up 10 poison knives and steal from your family if you must. Then wait until he jumps down this hole, poison him repeatedly, and watch him spaz the fuck out until death. You will thank me. But as a result of everyone who isn't Nico shit, conquering a boss in this game is absolutely rewarding on a level that other games cannot match. It's only because the odds are stacked against you in ways that don't feel bullshit most of the time that conquering them is the main reason I play, and their fights are undoubtedly the best I've ever done in video games. But that isn't most of the time in the game. In fact, a lot of your time is spent exploring the areas, so let's get into that. Lesson 1 in area design. Where the fuck am I going? Exploration is the name of the game, except it's called Bloodborne. Only this time, you don't bring smallpox and kill 20 million people. We're looking at a solid 10 this time, because the main enemies in this game are British townspeople. It's how the developers made sure you didn't feel bad about killing them. The plague of beasts infecting London causes people's teeth to become beast-like, makes you aggressive at night, and slurs your speech. So it's up to you to stop them, as a hunter should. If you don't look up where to go next in this game, good fucking luck. People get lost all the time. Get used to it. This game doesn't do exploration like, oh look, there's loot in this hallway, my dopamine's gonna go crazy. That's baby shit. This is daddy's exploration, where you find a route back to a place you were in 10 hours ago. And I hope you weren't expecting a mini-map, or any map. Every single hallway is a rabbit hole of discovery, and your hand isn't held. Case in point, Cathedral Ward is a level, but feels like a hub area because it connects to fucking everything. And where you start the game is in the middle of a loop-de-loop involving torturous experimentation. Just look at the fucking map of this game. Everything overlaps. And yes, there is a level called Nightmare Lecture Hall, and no, it does not connect to the
actually
altar
has
of
good
despair,
takes and
although you would
content
think that.
under
Fittingly, the
this
lecture hall
brain
is
rot
the
shit.
smallest area, and more fittingly, 90% of the combat is graduates throwing cum at you. The game also has 2 completely secret areas that you would not find without the internet. I would tell you how to enter, but I don't want to do calculus. And what you get at the end? Upper Cathedral Ward is legitimately a horror area in a game loved for its combat, because it's filled with enemies who act out my greatest fears. Stealing currency permanently gives me fucking chills every time I talk about it. Castle Canehurst is proof that From Software hates us all, since the best area in the entire game requires you to go to the Field of Corn in Ohio and trek down Waldo. But it's worth it to invade the house of that parasitic queen dwelling in her demented castle, so that she may feel the wrath of the proletariat. All we have to do is kill Prince Philip, who guards the way as an eternal lich. On top of this, there are numerous NPCs and NPC quest lines spread throughout the world, all with a series of interactions with each other depending on location and timing. For instance, you could direct nuns, prostitutes, and Prince Philip to a church run by a lonely black sludge, then perform enough blood transfusions to send the nun into a yandere rage. Or you could direct them to the nice woman who runs the clinic down the street, who only wants to help and assist others. Then take a strange path through the forest and into her clinic to discover that she has been experimenting on all of them in order to create the Blue Man Group. And if you want, you can take the umbilical cord away from her schizophrenic ass and eat it. The sky's the limit in Bloodborne quest lines. And you know what my favorite quest line is? The one where you descend into literal hell, complete with eternal punishment, insanity, and femboy fishing, the scariest of them all. I'm of course talking about the DLC, the only DLC for this game. And if you play through Bloodborne, you have to play through the DLC. I'm not giving you a fucking choice. So to learn why, you should play the best expansion ever made since Spore Galactic Adventures.
Jungles.
Come with me on this amazing journey to find the secrets of the Bloodborne, the old
DLC.
hunters.
Amazing.
I want you to imagine hell. Now imagine hell written by H.P. Lovecraft. It would be filled with squids, immigrants, and air conditioning. This DLC has none of that except the squids.
It wasn't
For
H.P.
you see,
Lovecraft.
those college kids from the lore section of the video were
he
built
had some
fucking
racist
different. They
tendencies in his
experimented on
writing.
an entire village and possibly beat up a god of the sea so fucking bad that her consciousness in the 9th dimension died. We spent an entire game killing an infant, and these guys somehow killed the MILF god. But anyways, in the process of this, it cursed them and all of the hunters to be doomed to a hell upon death, where they will hunt in a bloodthirsty rage without rest for all eternity, indistinguishable from
he's going crazy with the edits
Case
again.
in point, this is Ludwig. He's the first boss of the DLC and has a reputation for causing refunds. Not because he's bad, but because he's too good for you. The first phase is as difficult for me as realizing that Golden Corral is not actually a real corral. But like every restaurant except Golden Corral, the rewards at the end are delicious because his second phase is even harder. Now, I'm not going to lie, this DLC has 4 bosses and 3 of the hardest bosses I have ever fought in any video game ever. So your ass will be clenched the entire time, and the fact that he's the 3rd hardest is fucking concerning. Some people tell me, Max0r, your videos have gotten me through tough times because they made me laugh. But like this boss, you are the one who is truly overcoming these challenges, and I believe in your ability to beat both of them. King. Boss Lightning Round. The DLC has many such cases of amazing bosses, including Lady Maria, who is the basis for German's extremely creepy 8-foot-tall doll fetish, but we'll get back to that. And Orphan of Cause, who was born from the literal dead body of a god.
It's real.
If you enjoy the sensation of being beaten to death with a sharpened placenta, this is the fight for you. And as with everything that From Software makes, they threw in a boss that they didn't really finish and called it a day. I'm of course talking about Lawrence, which is a very mundane name for a fire monster locked in hell.
Lawrence
Take my
was
advice,
fun.
don't fight Lawrence, you only lose a part of yourself. Since this boss
Lawrence
fights
was
you by
good.
dropping off his
Fight
own
me.
legs and then violently vomiting and shitting lava everywhere. I've always wanted my
boss.
game about dynamic
Don't care.
dodging and elaborate fencing to be reduced to shitty area denial like it's Team Fortress 2. To wrap things up, the music of this game is pretty good, but the DLC music is fucking insane. I don't know what it is about Japanese composers being able to make better symphonies than the continent that invented them, but just take a listen. Holy shit, I don't know.
Lizzie!
Have you ever
Never
thought,
for
as
7
I do,
months
that
and I
this
was
game is just too good,
What
that
I
you
learned
would
in
really
boating
rather be
school
playing the
is
shittier
what I
version of
learned
the
in
game,
boating school
such as the
is-
engagement of the Chalice dungeons. I, of course, jest. They're fine, probably, except for half of them, because Bloodborne has an optional system of infinite dungeon generation for all of those who wish to break free of the shackles of good level design. Let's talk about how, and more importantly, why. First of all, Bloodborne has a system of dungeons that everyone shares and dungeons that are random. For my footage, I played the shared dungeons so that you can be guaranteed the pain you witness on screen is mandatory. One of the biggest strengths of Bloodborne is the ability to have interesting and challenging enemy encounters gently rubbed with the blood-stained hands of Miyazaki. But I don't think I have to explain to you how randomizing almost every encounter in the game could be imbalanced. But fortunately, most enemies you encounter in the Chalice dungeons are new to spare British people your wrath, so you instead fight SCP-96. But why are we here? It turns out that the entire city of London was built on a Celtic burial ground, an ancient civilization called the Tumerians, who discovered the healing powers of blood and then mysteriously disappeared. Wow, I wonder what happened. This is all cool in theory, but the reality is that most of the time you fight the same 4 enemies, and the first 3 dungeons can be replaced by Simon Says. My cat literally wouldn't notice. The Chalice dungeons are so forgotten that the developers use them to put joke enemies into the game. My favorite is the man who aggressively rolls at you stark naked wearing only his Nikes. The uniqueness also extends to the bosses, and they're actually pretty cool, like Tumerian Descendant, Watchdog, and the 3 overweight men. Do you remember that basic enemy from like 2 levels? He is the boss now. Rom, he is the boss again. The only thing stopping me from throwing myself into a wood chipper is the fact that Miglash isn't back. And if you're going to have replays, you probably want to make sure that they're actually good. In fact, the bosses are so fucking imbalanced that the Watchdog fight is primarily comprised of instant kill attacks. I beat Sekiro backwards on a keyboard, and this shit is too fucking much. Now, normally that would be all, but the dungeons go deeper. What we have discussed so far is merely the surface.
He's got a point with the Watchdog. The Watchdog was fun for me, but
these places you must never venture, for they are the save edit dungeons, whereby through wizardry the community are able to conjure up deep dark chasms and share them with the rest of the world. Of these secrets, there are only 2 that I shall reveal to you, and the first is the Cum Dungeon. Yes, you heard that correctly and clearly. The Cum Dungeon Dungeon is the name of the most optimal farming route ever conceived by the fucking cricket
I've
people
never done
who
this
do
yet.
this shit, whereby the player enters the chasm of place name and watches as a high-level boss yeets itself off a cliff. Murgo's pig fisting route can give you 10,000 echoes.
That's
This
how
gives
it works.
83,000. And if you thought that sorcery was bad,
sure?
it gets much worse. You can insert anything from the game files by save editing a chalice dungeon. Anything. This includes cut and unfinished content from the game that the developers forgot to delete, like this doggo who attacks you with invisible lightning. Overall, the chalice dungeons are bad. They're not actually very fun to play, and yet I love them. Everyone loves them because they allow us to further explore a long-dead game with the help of a passionate community. Now, before we sign off, I know what you're thinking,
nice.
Max0r, what about the multiplayer? That I would love to talk about with all the footage I have, but it's dead. If this game releases on PC, and it better, then I will talk about the multiplayer extensively. And finally, this game and this video would not be complete if I didn't talk about the Hunter's Dream. After all the combat, the battles, and the difficulty of this game, it's nice to have a place to recharge, purchase items, upgrade weapons, and watch as it violently burns to the ground. This is where you'll find German slowly wasting away as his soul remains captive for an eternity,
thank you,
and
Grim,
his doll
but,
waifu
this is
that
the
he
last
sold
video.
his existence to be
It's
with.
15
She talks
minutes
to
over
you,
time,
levels
dude.
you up, offers you advice,
Sorry,
and
dude. Sorry.
German
Thank you for
says
the
you're
Kool-Aid.
allowed to
But I
have
will
sex
watch that
with
on my
her.
own
When
time.
I fell down and felt defeated, she was there to pick me up. When I emoted at her randomly, she pretended to be impressed, and she was there, graciously standing in the background of this one shot that I took of myself. She is our waifu now, and the game is perfect and complete because she is in it. Now excuse me as I engage in the supplementary lore material. Should you get the game, yes, absolutely, I am biased. In fact, you should physically enter Sony's headquarters and demand that it be ported to PC. I will be right there with you. Tasers will not stop me. I would like to thank the corrupt hackers and politicians funneling money into this channel directly from the taxpayer. If you would like to contribute your funds accrued through extensive federal government corruption, you can head to my Patreon to learn more. I would also like to thank the kind denizens of the Mythbusters Smut Discord who sent me half the memes in this video. And as always, thank you for watching.
Wow. Miss Dono. The Grim one? Fight Me starts DS1. Hey, Aaron, thank you for the Kool-Aid. Thank you for the Kool-Aid. Sorry for not recognizing it was Kool-Aid. Forget you saw that, Wugs? I will never forget. Yo! Holy fucking shit. I think there was like, I needed a little insight, and I gained a few insight while I started to watch that. It actually started to make sense, but Jesus Christ. I mean, it's got 6.7 million views. I was like, why would you start the video like that? Like, I feel like it cuts off a certain, watch space, but you know what? He knows what he's doing. He's got 6.7 million views. He knows what he's doing. Jeez Louise. Max0r is a fucking madman. I could not imagine editing that video. That would ruin me. That would absolutely ruin me. Quarter of the way to a pause, Cake. Hey, yo, Q! Joining, holy fucking shit, guys. The Jesus Christ. Joining very late, but another thank you for an incredible Bloodborne journey. Q, thank you so much. Thank you for all the Kool-Aid on all the videos. You dropped Kool-Aid on every single fucking video. I thank you so much. And then dropping a fucking 50 Kool-Aids on the stream. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Thank you everybody who's giving Kool-Aid tonight. You guys went nuts tonight. I really appreciate that. That's wild work. That's wild work. I saw someone say favorite boss, Lady Maria. Lady Maria, favorite boss. 100%. 100%. But yeah, guys, when Sekiro Wugs, not this Friday, well, not the Friday coming up, but the one after that. I gotta put some editing time in. But anyway, guys, peak stream Wugs. Cheers, guys. That was a lot of fun. OST stream on Monday. I'm really excited for that one. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. For me, it's Orphan of Cause. It's up there. I'm 90% sure 100 to 120 of these viewers are bots. Okay, coach. Probably, maybe, but all right. Thanks, dude. Thank you guys for the stream. Hey, appreciate you guys. This was a lot of fun. I feel like I got some insight today. And I mean, shit, maybe I'll watch another Max0r video. Fighting those hidden bosses when? Shit, I don't know. I don't know. I'm a bot. I knew you guys were bots. Son of a bitch. Hey, thank you for the Kool-Aid ads, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, guys. Y'all have a good one. I really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. I'm gonna finish off my tea. And, yeah. Thanks for being here. It was an amazing playthrough. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love you guys. Thank you for the Kool-Aid! Thank you for the Kool-Aid, Grib. If you want real insight, watch Charred Thermos. Stream it, though. I'm 30 years old. Listen to your elders. I am 31, good sir. You listen to me, your elder. I'll do whatever you say. I'm sorry. Thanks. Thanks. I don't know when I'll watch it. I'll check how long it is. But anti-stream and Stunlock Dono. Thank you, Grib. Thank you, Aaron, for the Kool-Aid, guys. This angle is a choice. It's the only choice. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.